My dear brothers and sisters, I say peace be with you. Once again, I come your way to share with you on the theme God also has right. To be able to accept this theme, I want to read to you Matthew chapter 24, verses 48 to 51. I read, "But if the servant is dishonest and says to himself, 'My master is taking his time,' and sets about beating his fellow servants and eating and drinking with drunkards, his master will come on a day he does not expect and at an hour he does not know. The master will cut him off and send him to the same fate as the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and grinding of teeth." My dear brothers, in the book of Genesis, the sacred writer says that God created us in his own image and likeness. Then it follows that God is our creator. But the question is, what happens if we as human beings created by God refuse him as our creator? This means that refusing to accept our creator will result in something. It will result in confusion of how we live our lives, in confusion of how we live our marital life, in confusion of how we should behave as human beings created by God, in confusion of how we live our sexual life. You can add more and more. The absence of God is indeed a confusion in our existence. But it becomes worse. And I'm going to show you what I am saying in our verse 51 of the 24th chapter of Matthew. That says, "The master will cut him off and send him to the same fate as the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and grinding of teeth." My dear brothers and sisters, if we continue to refuse God, refuse his offer, refuse his Son, refuse the Holy Spirit, his love in us, what happens is that a day is going to come where our continuous rejection of God will also continue, and it will take its transcendental effect. That is, the communication of God one day will reach its highest end. In theological term, it is called eschatology, where the end time will come. Many of us know or have been hearing the end time. That is where the self-communication of God has reached its highest end, where there is no turning back. There, the mercy of God does not exist. There, the justice of God will remain forever. And that is why Jesus says the master will cut him off and send him to the same fate as the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and grinding of teeth. That means that if you continue to refuse and reject God, refuse and reject the Trinity, a time is going to come where our confusion will attain its eternal end, that is hell. We will end up in hell. Hell is an absence of God, an absence of confusion. An absence of confusion? No. Where there is confusion forever, where confusion will attain its highest end. I want to pray with you using Psalm 90 verses 17. May the sweetness of the Lord be upon us to confirm the work we have done, so that we may continue to accept God in our lives in all that we do. Peace be with you, and have a blessed afternoon.